I met Bill in law school. We were both members of the class of 1980, graduates from Gonzaga Law School. He was a touchstone for me. He was a person that I could always talk to and know that I would get a frank but honest answer.
I met Bill in 1997. I was new at the Legal Foundation of Washington, and my boss said that we needed to go to Spokane and ask a Republican guy for a favor and preserve the Legal Services Corporation. So I didn't know what to expect. We showed up at his office and were greeted by this warm, welcoming, smiling man, and the first words out of his mouth were, "Ladies, how can I help?" And that became a recurring theme for me and my experience with Bill over the next 25 years. Bill did indeed help preserve the Legal Services Corporation, and that was just the beginning of many ways that Bill so generously donated his personal, and political, and professional credibility in support of civil legal services.
Bill was a powerful force in many communities. Spokane is one. He did 2 tours of duty as the U.S. Attorney. He was on the Board of Governors, on numerous committees. He was president of the Bar Association.
When he was president, he was a hands-on type of guy. He would go out and meet people across the state, finding out what their concerns were. He was a strong leader. He took time to get things right.
The one thing that he was actually the most proud of, 15 or 20 years ago, he chaired the OPD, Office of Public Defense. Bill understood that someone having a public defender who could give them the time of day and pay attention to their case was critical to the administration of justice. We have caseload standards in the state of Washington today as a result of his work.
Bill cared about solutions and working in collaboration with other people to get to the best end result.
Bill and I had and have very different political views on things, but despite that, or probably because of that, we remained absolutely best friends. We co-chaired judicial campaigns together. We co-wrote op-ed pieces for the newspaper. He really was just such a gentleman and non-judgmental.
He did not divide. He brought people together, and that's commendable.
He was a great advisor and mentor.
He raised money for a lot of things in this community.
He gave the money and he gave the time. He was a good friend of Sally Savage. Together, they were a pretty formidable source of energy to start the foundation. Bill was instrumental at that time in keeping it on solid ground.
He was a dear, dear friend to so many people, lawyers and professionals statewide. I think Bill would be remembered by the legal community because of his service. He was a servant leader.
So the last time I saw Bill Hyslop was a beautiful night in Spokane. Nancy Isserlis and Bill and I were sitting outside having a glass of Chardonnay, and at the end of the evening we hugged and said goodbye. There'd been 100 get-togethers like that, and I thought there'd be 100 more. Bill's life was kind of like that night. It was too short. There wasn't enough time, but it was a good time, and I'm so grateful I had the chance to be friends with Bill, and I'm really grateful to the Hyslop family for sharing Bill with us for so long.